Okay, so I committed a grave wrong in one of my past videos. I kind of went after the folks who make the HexCells games. Not went after them really. I made sure to emphasize that I played the crap out of HexCells and I like beat every puzzle and I loved every second of it. Like it's an awesome series of games, but I kept giving them crap because Minesweeper has set this standard where when you're playing a Minesweeper style game where you're revealing dangerous versus safe tiles, there's a standard where you click with the left button on the ones that you're supposed to think are safe, and you right click on the ones that are dangerous, and HexCells was backwards, and it just drove me crazy. Well, you know what? They didn't even need that video because they corrected the problem completely on their own long before I ever got to the games right here. So this is CrossCells. It's one of their follow-up games. And right here, it's telling me that right-clicking is how I mark the cells that I want to mark. And if I want to change them, I can change them anytime I want to on the easily accessible options menu. So congratulations, guys. You don't need my input at all, which, I don't think is a surprise to anybody. They didn't need my input at all. They solved the problem completely on their own, and I'm completely happy. So CrossCells and SquareCells, their newest games, have really sort of captured my attention. And the best part of it is that it's not messing with any of my control habits. So, right. Wait, what? 16 to, wait, 1 plus 2 plus 3 times 4 plus 5 is 6. Okay, so the way that CrossCells works is I think I need to make sure that this math is true. So this, and this is 16. Okay, cool. Well, this is, okay, so this is just teaching me a brand new set of mechanics. So I've already learned like a bunch of other mechanics right now, but this is just teaching me some new ones. So let's see what order of operations comes into this. So I've got to select a series of tiles that is 7 in this direction and 13 in that direction. Okay. So 4 times 3 plus 1 is 13? Or 1 times 3 plus 4 is 7. Yes, that is correct. Oh my gosh, okay. Oh, hey, so Feral Director Ray just pointed out that...
Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally.
Okay, thank you. So my daughter is telling me what one of Dan 31's comments in the chat means, which I needed because I actually didn't know what that meant. So thank you, Phoebe. But yeah, Feral Directory points out that Northgard has come out of early access, and I haven't gone back to it. I did try to go back to it briefly, but didn't spend much time on it. I haven't really properly gone back to it since it came out. And similarly, Dan 31 pointed out that Pit People has come out. So yeah, I need to return to those games and see their see them in their final form. But for now, let's do a proper CrossCells puzzle. So this is actual CrossCells where they've basically got a series of numbers that are adding up to things, and I've got to try to keep and eliminate different numbers in order to make all of the statements on the edges here true. So they've just added multiplication for the first time, which is going to throw me for a loop here. So let's see here. So I've got to get this to add to 21. So this right now, I mean, times 5? That's ridiculous. So what if I get rid of the multiplication? This is 5. It's 11. That's 20. Okay, so I can't just add up to this. At least something has to be multiplied by 4 or 5. So if I did 2 times 4, that would be 8. Plus 6 is 14. No. 3 times 5 plus 6. We could do 3 times 5 plus 6. That's 21. But that means we'd have to eliminate these. And so what does that do to these other ones? So to get 20, this is 12. This is 7. So what I actually want is, yes, so 12 plus 8 is 20. So can I could eliminate all of this and just have 8 times 2 be 16. And then what would that do to 29? 29 wants something times 5. 4 times 5 plus 9? There we go. Hey there, what do you need?
I want to play on the TV down here and your game is still on.
Oh, I've left State of Decay 2 up there?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay, let me finish this, and then I'll come and turn the game on for you.
Okay.
Turn a different game on for you. Is that cool? Okay, cool. So I'm just doing some math games.
Okay.
All right, so I can only have 7 tiles left. I have to make these 3. Yeah, people can see you. I got to make these 3 numbers with only 7 tiles inside this rectangle. So that means I get a total of what? I get 2 and 3 and 2 probably. So I could do, 3 plus 4 is 7. And I could do just 5. I could do 1 times 2 times 2 again plus 1 is 5. And if I start with 4 times 4 plus 3 is 7, that could work, except I'm not at 7 tiles. I'm at 1, 2, 3, 5, I'm at 8 tiles. So that doesn't work. So this option here doesn't work. So it feels like either I do 5 or I do 1 times 2 times 2. Or actually, wait, I don't need the 1, do I? I don't need the 1 at all. 2 times 2 by itself does it. Right. So that probably works. No. So do the multiplication ones not work as the first one? Maybe. Okay, so I thought maybe we would just treat it like it was the number if it was times 2, but I think that's not, if it was the first term, but I guess that doesn't work. It's probably just going 0. It's probably saying 0 times 2 is 0 and just going from there. So that's not an answer. So this still works. If I need to make it more complicated, I can. Maybe I just go with 5 for this one. I go 2 plus 5 for this one. And then... this is complicated. 3 times 2 plus 1? But... okay, that does work. That does work, but we still don't have 7 tiles in use. Oh, so, Magic Mick is like, I'm trying so hard not to backseat game right now. Yeah, seriously, no, feel free. If you guys want to give me suggestions, I mean, I don't have to play this game on Twitch. If you guys want to suggest solutions to me, go ahead. The main problem is going to be I probably won't notice your comment until after I've already solved the puzzle. So that's the challenge, but... okay, so I do 1.
Today I had to take growth medicine.
That's great.
Yes, you did.
Okay, so I feel like... okay, that does make 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yes, this is a challenge. So I feel like this column is either 1 tile or 4 tiles, which means that either, if I've used 4 here, then one of these has to be with just 1 tile, which is impossible. So it can't be this, because neither of these can be 7 all by themselves. So that means that this one has to be 5, right? Pretty sure it has to be 5, with these all gone. And then I have to find some way to have each of these be at least 3. So 2 plus 3. Oh, okay. So we get 2 times 2 is 4 plus 3. That's 7. And then 3 times 2. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this is totally easy. Okay, there we go. Got it. Nice. And it's symmetrical too. Oh yeah, Magic Mick. Like I said, I'll solve the puzzle, then I'll look at your comment and see that you were giving me a hint to the exact thing that I did. So there you go. Awesome. Thank you for your help. Even though I didn't end up directly using it. All right. So this one. So this one's gonna add up to 24. This one to 5. This one to 4. This one can only have 6 tiles in it. And holy crap, this is just a lot of stuff. There's so much stuff. This, okay, so the bracketed one means that there's only one tile in this column. It's not, so the brackets mean we're not adding up the numbers, we're just counting the tiles. I don't even know where to start with this one. Because this one could be 1 times... Oh, okay, so it's unlikely that any given tile in this column is going to be the one that we keep. So I'm just going to start by eliminating some and just see what happens. And you know what? If I need to put one back, I can put one back here, because this one, like, that works just as well. So we'll just go with the flexible solution here. And 24 with the crap. So actually, let's do 2 here. So 2. So minimum.
You can just do just +2.
Yeah, no, I totally could. I could do. Actually, yeah, that's true. But that would put it in this right-hand column, which can only have 1 tile in it. So we'll see. I'll put something in that right-hand column if I need to. But for now... Oh, I did that totally wrong.
Yeah.
There we go. So I can have... So it's nice. Okay, so I've looked at these shorter ones, and all of them are very flexible. So if I need... Like, after I've solved the complicated ones, I can come back to these little ones to try to tweak and sort of make everything fit.
What does tweak mean?
Magic Mick compares this to Sudoku, and I think he's right. Yeah, that basically, this is taking the basic rules of Sudoku, which are always the same on Sudoku puzzles, and is basically letting you rearrange them all you want. So instead of always adding and always going, in lines and in squares and always counting up the contents of a completely predictable, set of 9 squares, they're moving these big rectangles around and doing, some rows longer than others and having different requirements on each row. They're basically just taking Sudoku and exploding it out and just letting them change the rules and customize the rules for each puzzle. But yeah, at its heart, it's the same kind of calculation that you're doing in Sudoku. So either of these 3s could do it, and then we multiply them by 2. Let's just say it's this one for now. Okay, so now we've gone to the right on all these. Now let's go down and see what we've broken. And I'm just saving 24 for last because it looks ridiculous.
Oh my gosh.
Well, actually, let me just...
I feel like it's all of them.
So, okay, so 2 times 2 plus 1. Well, that's obviously wrong. Looks like we'll need 2 plus 1. Yeah, okay, so that's how we can nail 6. 2 times 2 times 3 is 12, so that works. Just 1 tile works, but that makes me nervous. If this is, let's say this is 1 times 3 times 2, that's 6 times 4 is 24, but then what do we have here? We're multiplying way too much here.
Oh my god!
Yeah. So, and this, there are too many tiles in here too. Oh, for some reason my screen just died. Okay, there we go.
Oh, that's better.
That was weird.
That was so funny. But the other screen...
Yeah, so there's nothing I can multiply.
That's why I was looking.
Yeah, there's nothing I can multiply by 2 twice to get 6. So it's clearly not that one. So it looks like it has to be that one. Hey, stop vibrating my chair. Okay, so if it's this one, then it can't be this one. So let's look at all of our options here again. So, okay, so if I do that instead of that, now I've got way too few. And yeah, okay. Okay, I've got too few in the 6 pile. Huh. Okay. This is very hard. I'll go find something else to do while you're waiting for me. Oh my gosh, this is just crazy. See, I'm starting to just go down a rabbit hole of...
The rabbit hole.
Hard to explain. Oh, okay, there we go. I got it. Kind of by accident. So, anyway, that was CrossCells. Let me really quickly go and show you the other game that I tracked down that these folks made as a follow-up to HexCells. It's called SquareCells. They're all called something cells. They kind of got a theme going here. Oh, crap. SquareCells gives me a little bit of a problem, which is when I quit it, it thinks that it's still around. It thinks that it's still playing. So I have to, like, shut it down old school style. So, okay, opened up the task manager, closed it, and now SquareCells is coming in. Come on, SquareCells, you can do it. SquareCells, yes! All right, this is SquareCells, which I've also played about 40% of. And now I'm going to have to be reminded exactly how you play. Okay, so this one, this is about, you've got a grid of squares, and on the edges it tells you what patterns of squares are selected versus absent in the grid. And also, these numbers, each of them tells you the size of the set of active tiles they're a part of. I'll show you what I mean. So, and so I think, if I remember right, the bracketed numbers tell you how many active cells there are in this row. And the unbracketed ones just tell you the pattern. So there's a 2, followed by another 2, followed by a 1. So for instance, we know that this tile is active, and it's part of a pair of tiles that are together, because it says 2. This, however, says 1. So as you're going across, you're going to count 2 tiles that are together, then another 2 tiles that are together, then 1 tile that is together. And so that means that if this one is in a group of 2, it's either vertical or it's horizontal. But I know it's not horizontal because this is saying that the last one is only 1 tile wide. So it means that this is it. This is a group of 2 that's isolated, which means that these tiles are not selected. And so now I know that there are 2 pairs of 2, either here or here, and either here or here, which means that these 2 are definitely active tiles. This is telling me that this is just a series of 4 isolated tiles going down, which means that this one has to be an isolated one. What else do I know? I know that this 10, actually each of these numbers is definitely an active tile, and I know that this 10 has got blanks on either side of it because of this 1 here. What else do I know? This has 4 total. I haven't gotten there yet. This one is 1, 1, 1. This is... Alright. My daughter's sharing art projects with you guys. Dan31 says it's a really nice heart, Calliope. What else? What else do we have here? This one's got a 3 and a 2. Okay, so we know that that one is an active tile because the 3 could be here, it could be here, or it could be here. And all of those contain that tile. What else do I know? I haven't restricted this down quite enough to be able to say where these ones are. This has 5 total, this has 4 total. This has a series of 1s, but they really could be anywhere. This has a series of 1s that could be anywhere. This has 5 total. Okay, let's see here. This 2 could be vertical, it could be horizontal. I can't know. If this 2 is horizontal, that means that this 3 has to be vertical, because this would be absent. And what would that tell me? That means that this entire thing was cleared out. I don't think that gives me anything to work with. This one has 7. Okay, so if I could figure out one of these tiles that is missing, all the others are active. Can I figure that out? Looks like maybe not yet. Too much flexibility. This one has 3 total. I don't think that tells me anything. This one has 3 1s, but I don't know if it's this one or like if this is the first one and then there's 2 over here, or if there's 1 over here and then this one and then 1 over here. It could be either of those. And I like the fact that, like, this game, the hints that it gives you on the edges are really smart. Like, right here, when I marked this one and isolated it, it knew that I had grabbed that one. But here, even though I've isolated a 1, the hints over here, they know that I haven't really nailed it. Because they know that I don't know if I've grabbed the middle one or if I've grabbed the first one. And so it doesn't gray out any of these numbers. Like, I'm sure that took some time to not just set up these hints to be accurate, but also set up the system so that it understands when it can mark a hint off and when it can't. So I love stuff like that, like where, you know, the computer's communicating a fairly simple piece of information to me, but if you think about it, underneath the surface, there's actually a lot of complexity to how it has to go about figuring out what it can say. Let's see here. Feral Director A says that SquareCells looks more like Minesweeper plus Sudoku. So I don't feel like this really is Sudoku, because it's about patterns of tiles on a 2D grid rather than about math within a grid. But it definitely, this one is closer to Minesweeper than the other one. Like, actually, the other one, CrossCells, was a bad one to start with when I was trying to illustrate the fact that that these guys have changed it up so that I can use my familiar Minecraft control. I mean, not Minecraft, Minesweeper controls. Have I been saying Minecraft this whole time? I meant to say Minesweeper. My traditional Minesweeper controls. Because that one wasn't anything like Minesweeper, really. I mean, you're marking and dismissing tiles, but it's more about the math than it is about the, you know, physical locations in the grid. So this one feels more like Minesweeper. Anyway, okay, so somewhere here there's a piece of information that I can deduce, and I just haven't figured out where it is yet. So chances are, for a given column, chances are it's got a tile here, and chances are it does not have a tile here. That's going to be true for most of them, for all but one in each case. And I wonder if that's something I can use. Make some assumptions or some guesses. Because, like, say it's these two. I'm worried that I might have grabbed a bad puzzle for you to watch me do, because if so much of this is just me sitting here staring at it and thinking about it, that's going to be tough. Oh, so do you want me to bring that closer to the screen? So she has made a piece of art. It's a happy face! Look at that happy face. It is gorgeous. I'd say, for a 7-year-old, that's a pretty amazing looking face. I like that. That was good.
Phoebe makes really good art, and I see it, and that's how I made the eye.
Yeah, so like our kids, each of them has sort of, they watch a lot of YouTube videos about drawing and stuff, and her older sister Phoebe has learned a lot of little techniques for cartooning and stuff, and she's been watching her sister and picking it up, which is really cool. So Feral Director A points out that that Cypher, which is a new game by these guys, is also really good. I've actually bought Cypher, but I haven't played it yet, so I'll have to check that out one of these days.
I even have an logo and Phoebe made the pictures, and it's in my room.
Nice, awesome. Okay, so if this 3 includes this tile, it's the only one on this entire row. That seems unlikely. I feel like it's probably got these 2 tiles, which tells me what? Almost nothing. Another thing I know. Okay, so if these 7 are all connected, we're only missing 1. Okay. Here's what we know. This says 10. It's got to have 10 contiguous tiles. Even if this 7 is missing a tile right here, so that it's not connected directly to this 10, and it's got 4 here and 3 here, still this 10 has to go somewhere. And as soon as it moves over to the left or the right, it connects to that 7. So this 7 is a part of this 10. So that means so this 10, I guess it isn't necessarily connected to the, because so it could go, it could be 3 in a row right here. Yeah, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like, you know, even then, it's like, you know, it's already got its 4. Like, I think I can't cram it only onto one side. I think it has to be connected to both. I still don't know what this tells me. It's like, I know some vague things about this, but I don't know. I don't know, like, any one tile could still be either one. And there's a way to, like, if I just pick any tile and decide if it's, you know, marked or absent, I can still construct everything else around it. So somewhere there's some place on this that tells me something real. Oh, okay, so in order for this 2 to be vertical, Dan31, I think it records the number of mistakes you make on the way in. And so I've gone back through before, and Drac is asking me, like, what's the cost of... so Dan is asking me, what's the cost of just poking around and trying? The cost is my shame, because it tells me how many mistakes I made, and then I have to go back and try it again. Because I have to, you know, I have to look like I did it perfectly. So, I feel like I had a thought here, though. If this 2 is vertical, then it probably connects to this 7. If this 3 is vertical, it probably connects to 7. We know the 10 is connected to the 7. And so, that's just too many tiles, right? I mean... So if the 2 is vertical, this would have to be the hole, right? And then it'll be 1, 2, 3. Maybe his contend is disconnected on this side, so it'll be 1, 2, 3. And, oh, this 2 would be that 1. Everything else would be blank here, so we couldn't go up. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Except, oh wait, if it's connected to this side, it can be connected to these 3. So, okay, so it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6. Somewhere there's the 3 would be connected here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then it'd be connected to all this stuff. 10, yeah. So that configuration, so if I make the 2 vertical, that configuration I think doesn't work. I don't think I can put the gap here for the 7, because if I try to just connect on the one side, I eventually spill over onto the left side. Don't I? Unless I go down. No, but if the 2 is vertical, I can't go down any further. So yeah, so I think we can say 2's not vertical. And yeah, so that didn't work. It means that either the 2 is here and these are absent, or these 3 are absent, or the 2 is here and these 3 are absent, and those don't overlap. It's too bad. So one thing I do know, though, is that one of these is absent, because this 2 and this 3 can't connect to each other. So if the 3 is here, the 2 goes over there. And the 3 can't... Oh, wait! The 3... Here's the thing I actually know. This 3 cannot be lying flat, because it would connect to the 2. And you can't have 2 different numbers connected, because they're in the same shape. So the 3 has to go up at least 1, which means that 1 is taken care of. That's the thing I was actually supposed to notice and figure out. By the way, one of the reasons I love playing these games is because I do not know how I would even begin to make one of these. Like, whenever I get an insight like that, I'm like, oh, wow, that's what... I can't imagine being the guy creating this puzzle and coming up with that moment of insight that the player is supposed to have. It's beyond me to imagine doing that. So I love these kinds of puzzle games because they make me think, like as a player, I can enjoy them and stuff, but I can't make them. Like you saw when I was playing some of these other games, all I was thinking about was, oh, here's how this is made, here's how that is made. I can imagine how I would create this. And that does, it doesn't break the fun, but it does, break a little bit of the mystery for me. But these kinds of games, I can't imagine myself making these puzzles. And so it's just nothing but magic and mystery the entire time, which is great. So we've got this one. So now we know something. So I don't know how much we know. We might actually know that much. But one thing we figure out is, okay, so there's no way to pack 3 ones in here, so that one's definitely 1. We know there's 1 here. We can only fit 2 ones in here, which means that there's definitely a 1 there. We could fit 2 ones in here, so I don't actually know where all the ones are here. This is a total of 4. And again, okay, so let's go back to the thing we were imagining before. So let's say I'm trying to avoid connecting these 2 10s together. Can I do it? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, this 3. We know that 3 is like that. Okay, so let's see. Can we avoid connecting these 10s together? So if I go up 1, 1, 2, 3. Actually, so most of these require, like, they can only be 1 across, all the way across. This one can be 5 down if we want it to be. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh wait, no, I can't connect to the 3 at all. Oh, I can't connect to the 3. This 3 is already defined, isn't it? So kill that and that. Well, that tells me this. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so that means that... Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Oh, crap! What was I doing? Oh no, I made a mistake. I have to, I was being too quick. Okay. All right.
No,
So I remember.
you lost all your progress.
I remember figuring this out though. We can do this again. We can do it again. I'm a psycho. Okay, so we figured out the 3 couldn't lie flat. We figured out a bunch of stuff down here that I'm not redoing immediately. But, oh yeah, because we figured out that the 2s had to be here, right? And we figured out that, and we figured out that. We figured out these. And then the 3 can't lie flat. It has to go up here, which means that this is all the way across. And then we figured out, let's see here. Oh, then we figured out how did we know that this one was blank? I don't remember. Oh yeah, because it was 1, that's right. So we decided that had to be 1, which means that these had to be eliminated, which means that was a thing, which means that's a thing.
Yeah, this is looking how it's supposed to go.
Yeah, thank you. And then that, and then that, and then we realized that, yeah, these 7 made that 10. And now, diagonals do not count as the same shape, so I cannot eliminate that one. So I'm only going to eliminate the ones that are completely side on. And then there's 3. Okay. So this one has got 1, 1, 1. I've got 1, 1. I still don't know where the other one is. But this one is 1, 1, 1. I know that. This one is 1. There's 2 1s in here somewhere. This one has 5 total, so 1 of these is it. This one has 4 total. 1 of these is it. How is this one going to ever be 10? So this one has 2 more 1s in here somewhere. This one has 1 more 1 in here. This one has 2 more somewhere. Hey, Real Zombie, sorry I didn't notice you at first. Yeah, McCoy. Sorry,
How to
What?
make a K into a B.
You figured out how to make a K into a B?
Yeah, I can show you.
Okay, well, yeah, you go ahead and do that. Okay, so I almost know a bunch of things about what's left here.
I need to make a K.
Are there any ones that I can eliminate that I haven't eliminated yet? I think not. I need to remove 10 of the ones that are left. Oh, wait, here's some. Okay, so of the ones, so how many are left? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yes?
I want to show them how to make a K into a B.
You want to show them how to make a K into a B?
Uh-huh.
Okay, how do you do it? They can't really see. Let's bring the K closer so they can see the K.
Okay.
Oh, there's the K. Okay.
You
put little lines on it?
Wait,
Yeah, go ahead and just do it. They'll see the difference. Go ahead and just do it on the table and they'll see the difference. Well, I try to figure out... Whoa. So now...
put a bumpy line on each paw.
And now it's a B! Awesome, well done! Good job.
That's how I did it.
That's how you did it? Okay, cool. Alright, so...
I accidentally put a K in the front of the word book.
Yeah, so Real Zombie, the reason why Calliope is here doing art projects is because she wants to play on the Xbox One, but I inconveniently left State of Decay 2 running on the Xbox One and it's in her way. So I've just been playing State of Decay 2 all morning and, you know, looking for problems, that sort of thing, and I'm in her way. So, but I'm going to finish this puzzle before we run off and do that. So, okay, so anyway, thing is, this 10... probably connects to a lot of these things, but I don't know how. But so I need to remove about half of what's here, and then about half of it is going to remain. The question is, so I need to, so there's 9 new dots that I need to place, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, so I need to place 9 new dots. That's 2 in this column. 1, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, okay, so all of them are called out. And this way...
I made a tiny book.
Alright, 1, 2. Made a tiny book? Oh, that's great.
The Book of Life.
The Book of Life? What? What's in it? What is happening here?
Hi, did they play and did they?
Oh, and then they die?
No, then they marry.
Oh, they got married and had a baby. Oh, that's so sweet. That's awesome. I like that. It's a good book. Okay, so there's 2 on this row. 2 extra that I haven't done on this row. And there's 4... Wait, no. There's 2 that I haven't done on this row.
Zoe's here.
That means there's 5 total. Awesome. 5 total on in this area that isn't accounted for here.
Ow! Zoe.
So yeah.
Zoe.
So Drac is saying that it's nice that you're an optimist. That I thought the characters were dying, and no, they were marrying and having babies.
Yeah. What?
It's much more positive. Show her the Book of Life.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, you gotta let me focus because I'm never gonna finish this video unless I actually focus on solving this puzzle. Okay,
All
so...
of us come upstairs?
You're having fun?
Mom wants everyone to come upstairs.
Yeah, go ahead upstairs, guys. I'll be done with this pretty soon. Okay. It's trying to... So the thing is, this row will not allow me to have more than just 1 extra over here. So this 10... Oh, here's something I didn't catch. This 10 is all by itself over here. So yeah, there's 1 there. And can I do that with anything else? Oh, hey. I gotta fit 2 1s in here now. And so now I can deduce that. Still 1 in there. Don't know there. 2 1s in there. Oh, wait, but I've got this 2 here, which means I know that, and I know that, which means I know that. There's 1 in here. This has 5 total, not yet. This has 4 total, not yet. Though, you know what? This 10 has to go somewhere, right? So that has to be true. And see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The 10 can't just go left, it has to go right, which means that's true. I'm betting this is going to be the one that I mark over here, which will mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I can add 8, 9, 10 there. And that's probably the only way I'm getting 10. I can put 2 here. If I go down, then I won't connect. So yeah, so I think that has to be true. Except, could it go up like that? No, it can't, because then that wouldn't be 5. It has to be like this, right? Let me just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it has to be that. And 2 to eliminate. And we got it! And we deduced the whole thing. We weren't just guessing randomly, except for that one spot where I made a mistake and it sort of revealed it. But I didn't hold on to that revelation. I, made that not a part of my thought process going forward. So these puzzles take a lot longer than the ones in CrossCells, so I'm only going to do the one. But SquareCells is pretty cool, and it makes me want to check out their new game, Cypher, which I haven't seen. It's very different. It's not one of these flat tile-based games. It's actually, it looks like it's in 3D from the screenshots and stuff that I've seen. So, but these guys are really cool. So check out these games. And yeah, so I think that my kids need me, and so I should probably go upstairs and see what I can do for them. But I'll link to some other videos here. I'll put a subscriber button up there, and hopefully I'll get to do this again sometime, some other weekend, and that'll be fun. Thanks for being here.